Sometimes to get the right angle of light, you just need to hold on to the light and point it where you absolutely need it, and it'll move faster. So this is why it's much more convenient to have continuous light, so you can see right away in the monitor how you want to light the space. This is how to photograph real estate places. Particularly, these spaces are going to be for rental, and I'm going into a home that I'm going to photograph the exterior of the house, interior of the house, the kitchen, the living room, the bedrooms, the bathroom, all sorts of that nature. I'm going to talk about the various ways that you can capture these images. All right, let me just go quickly through the gear I'm going to be using. A couple of light stands, 2 lights, high-powered lights. I got some extension cables here, a monitor, and NPF batteries to run the monitor. That's pretty much it. One way is if you're coming from a photography background and you have flash units, stuff of that nature, you can definitely work with that. If you need to fill up the room, if you need to put some bounce lights, such of that nature. You can also do what's called bracketing. And so if you take like 3 pictures, one overexposed, one medium, and one underexposed, and you can put all that together. Personally, I prefer to bring high-powered lights because I am a videographer. I also do still photography, but I use continuous light in order for me to light spaces or light subjects. So I don't need to invest in strobe lights or flashlights or anything like that because it doesn't value to use those lights for both practices. Okay, we're going to be starting to shoot the interior of the space. This is kind of like a rundown of what you're looking at. And the idea here is I'm not shooting towards the window, so you don't see the exterior. So it's okay to have a little slightly blown out. We can actually close these things out just so we can control a little bit of that. Close these things so it's not overly blown out. All right, and then I have a light there that's creating a fill in that kitchen and some fill here. So as you notice, that light is giving me a fill here, and if you notice the kitchen, it's got a fill there, so you can kind of see details in the kitchen. Now I'm going to show you if I turn it off. Okay, I turn off that light, turn off that light. So you see the difference, see how the kitchen is relatively dark. So now we're back on with the light, and I managed to kind of just control some of that, and we can actually do a little bit more. Okay, I tilted the blinds upwards, so now you don't have those hot spots. So here, what we can do now is either, because it's on a tripod, I can just slow down my shutter speed so we can work with a good histogram. So right there, the histograms are right there in the middle, and we got a safe shot that we can do. So I'm taking photos. I personally buy continuous lighting just so I can double up on the video and the photos. And so hence here, I'm going to be taking my lights with me. I only have 2 source of lights. They're both high powered lights. One is a 200 watt and one is a 300 watt light. And so my goal is to be quick and in and out and just bounce the light through the ceiling or the wall just to create a fill into that room. I'm going to be also using ND filter in front of my lens in case I need to control any blown out windows of such nature. Okay, I decided to move this light closer so that way we can have volume of light up here, and this is the shot. So the space within the living room is a little bit more illuminated, whereas before the light was pointing that way, it only illuminated that part. So now we have a nicer image here. Okay, now we're gonna flip it this side. You know, since we're not really seeing the windows as far as exterior, I'm gonna take out my ND filter just so we can have a little bit more light into this. So now let's see, it's blown out. So we can bring it back down and expose it a little bit more. Bring the ISO down, and you can just expose accordingly. So now this will be the look, and I can bring in that extra light to the left side of the frame to fill up the volume here. So I would say the easiest way is bracketing, and going back to what I said earlier, take 3 pictures and you edit that. But I like to lighten my situation where I can see what I'm doing already in the monitor, and I can submit the photo to the customer or client on a finished photo product without having to do a lot more post-processing. I am bringing more equipment. That's the only drawback. I don't know if it's the most convenient. I should maybe just do 3 bracketing, but that's just how I flow. I like to always try to light things up just so you don't forget things and stuff of that nature. Sometimes to get the right angle of light, you just need to hold on to the light and point it where you absolutely need it, and it'll move faster. So this is why it's much more convenient to have continuous light, so you can see right away in the monitor how you want to light the space. Okay, we have the lights in here. I'm going to show you how dark versus how bright it is. See? Fill up the room. Of course, the phone adjusts to the light. Now you got more fill light in here. Just 2 LED high power lights. Okay, we're gonna wrap up our shoot here, and we covered about 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 kitchen, 1 living room, exterior of the house, and we moved the lights accordingly to each space, and we adjust shutter speed and ISO and f-stop, depending on what kind of exposure we want. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, down below in the comments. I did provide a link to some of the products I used today. I'm using the Sony a7R III with a Sigma adapter for EF mount. I'm using a 70-40 lens. In here, I also have an ND filter from Newear CPL and fader neutral density. I also have a 300 watt generator. It's called a Powerhouse. And this runs with a ballast. It can all plug through Edison power. And I'm also using a Newear 200 watt LED. Down here for the monitor, I have a Lilliput 4K monitor along with this HDMI mini that feeds into this A7R. I also have this Manfrotto that I use for a tripod, and this is probably my oldest tool that I have. This is maybe about 15 years old, and this model is a 190X PROB for this tripod. In the description, if you decide to click on that link, it will take you to Amazon, and if you decide to purchase something from that link, it'll give me a small commission, as I am an affiliate with Amazon. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.